Good day, good people. We are back for day 5. We are picking up right where we left off. There's a couple things we need to do before we get going. First off, I want to repair all of my stuff. So we're going to grab a bone, we're going to grab a pipe, and let's repair this and this and this. Get this reloaded. Let's go ahead and eat a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and use up this charred meat. This will give me 10 per, but it's going to take away 5 of our water, but that's okay because we don't have an issue with water and things of that nature. And let's drink one more regular water to top that off. Now, the reason why I'm drinking one red tea and then one regular water is because the red tea effect does not stack. That 6 minutes is all you get, unless you put points into a completely different skill tree, but we're not going down that path because this is only meant to get you through your first Horde night. So let's rinse off, take a little quick hoe bath, get rid of our smell, and we are going to go and do this Spirit Supplies mission. Oh, a lucky day. We got a boar. Now, they can be a little much to kill, and I don't want the zombie. Oh, we got a snake out here too? I tell you what, let's do this. Let's kill the snake first. Just gonna make the zombie go to him. Or should. Oh, he's locked on the us first. Alright, well, forget that. Scratch that whole thought process. We're just gonna kill the zombie. Grab the meat from the snake. We're gonna get a sneak shot in on the boar just to do some extra damage. And we're gonna try to get rid of him too. Sweet. Alright. Extra meat. Never gonna complain about it. Let's chop this back off. Gotta love it when breakfast delivers itself to you at the start of the day. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Alright, so our smell's gonna go away now that we put that away. And let's go and knock out this mission. Now, we're gonna have to get some more wood today, and today would actually be a good day to go ahead and set up our tree farm. We are 3 missions from completing the first tier of trader challenges. So we're going to go ahead and do that because that's going to give us our bicycle. So that's what we're going to concentrate on today. We're going to get this mission done. We're going to do 2 more, get our bicycle, and that leaves us all of day 6 and all of day 7 to make sure that we are properly prepared for Horde Night, which we know we are because our Horde base and our base is built. We just need to upgrade a few more blocks. So we are in the perfect spot to have a very successful, very easy day 7 Horde Night. What we got here? More medical supplies. We will take it. And I'm going to skip ahead to the day quest. All right, so we managed to wake up a dog. I was trying to time that with his head sticking out of the gate. It doesn't look like that's going to work. So let's just get rid of him that way. Thank you for your letter, good sir. Now back to what I was doing. What POI is that? It looks pretty big. See if I can find out the name of it as we get closer to it. What do we got here? Oh, the Rockworks. Oh, that's a tier 5. So I don't know if you remember, but remember earlier when I was explaining the different levels? Tier 5 is as high as you can get in the Pine Forest. So we've got 5 schools up under the name up there in the top right. This is one of the more challenging, cha- challenging POIs in the pine forest. But that's not what we're here for. All right, so we're gonna start this. Now, this works just like our very first mission that we got from the trader. However, as you can see, this circle is significantly bigger. And every time it shrinks, I think it's every 6 or 7 blocks that we dig up, this is going to shrink and it's going to make a little bell noise, and that noise has the potential to spawn in zombies. Now, I know I need a lot of clay, so what I'm going to do is kind of, it's not cheesing it, but I'm going to make it, I'm not going to go straight for trying to find it because I could be digging for days. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dig around the perimeter of the circle. And as the circle shrinks, I'll move in. If zombies spawn, I'll deal with them. And then we'll just keep doing that until the circle is small enough for me to easily tell where the actual treasure is. And then from that point, it's usually just a couple blocks down and we've got it and we're good to go. Now, I would not recommend doing this if you do not have points invested in Miner 69er because it's going to take you significantly longer to dig up each spot. I'm using a level 4 stone shovel, and you see it's taking me 4 or 5 hits. 4 hits to clear a block. So imagine it taking 6 or 7 to clear a block. Alright, so there's our first shrinkage. Shrinkage. I need to grow up. All right, so that was our first shrinkage of the square of the circle, and so we're just going to move further inside it now. And eventually, it's going to come to a point to where we have only what's left inside the center, and so we'll just dig that down. So we're just going to keep working through this. So while I'm doing this, everything's gonna be changing so fast. I don't want to start a time loop here. So this is a good opportunity for me to remind you guys to like the video if you're liking the series. Leave a comment if there's something that you want me to cover in the next episode, or it'll be too late for the next episode. But just let me know if there's something you want me to cover, anything you want me to talk about pertaining to the game. All right, so there's our next. All right, still no zombies. So we're getting lucky here. And while this takes a little bit longer, we need the clay anyway. That's really the main reason why I'm going ahead and doing it this way. We could have done what I did for that very first berry supply quest, but there's a good chance that we could be digging all over the place just trying to find exactly where it is. This keeps me a little more controlled in what we're doing. And allows me to not have to worry about digging a hole to where I can get in and out relatively easily. So as long as we are digging inside of the circle, it will continue to shrink once we hit that certain number of blocks. If I dig outside of it, it's not going to do anything. It'll just stay the same size and we'll just be digging for the sake of digging at that point. All right, so this time we got a zombie spawn. So we've got 1, 2. Looks like we've got 2 coming in. Now, I'm going to go ahead and deal with them because they're coming regardless, but make sure that you pay attention to your distance from the starting point. So as you can see right now, I'm 7 of 25 meters. If I go outside of that 25 meters, I automatically fail the mission. And we don't want to do that because we don't want to waste our time. So you remember how big that circle was? Look where it condensed to. This is why I like doing it this way. So it takes all of the guesswork out and lets me just get right to where I want to go. So now I can still continue to dig down and collect my clay and continue to work on getting closer to the actual treasure. So now we can start to kind of dig in again. And now we can start our second layer. So at first we were 1 block deep. Now this will take us 2 blocks deep. And the treasure is always 3 blocks deep. It's never any deeper, never any more shallow than 3 blocks. All right, so we can pretty much bank that it's right down here. Just gonna check around the perimeter here. Oh. So can you imagine? Now we're just checking this little small space. Imagine having to do this with that giant circle that we started with. All right, so we should be able to see it now. Got it. A pretty good food item there. Now, anytime you finish a bear supplies, zombies are coming. It looks like we got quite a few. It sounds like somebody spawned in that POI, so we're not going to have to worry about them. Get her out of there. Hello, Mo. Goodbye, Mo. What's another one somewhere, I thought. Oh, get out, buddy. Alright, I think that's all of let's just kill this guy just for the sake of it. Just because he wanted to show up. He's like that last dude in an action movie that watches all of his friends get jacked up and then thinks he's going to be the one to actually kill the MC. It's like 40 people just went before you, dude. You are henchman 41. Literally in the credits. What makes you think you had a shot at killing the MC? Makes no sense to me. It's the craziest thing ever. All right. Let's take this back to old Joel and grab our next quest. Correct, I'm back.
More. Now that you did the job, I guess you ain't that damn bad after all.
No thoughts needed. We're definitely taking the Crafting Skill magazine bundle. And let's see what else he's got. The Dead Rooster. I'm going to take this one. One, I know this POI. Plenty of chickens in there that we can kill and get to meat. So this would be, it's not going to be like super fast, but it's going to be pretty quick and easy.
If you want a job from, well, good luck.
So we're going to go do that. Let's open up this bundle. Better bow and arrow, spears, and assault rifle crafting. Not exactly anything that we are super in need of. I'll definitely take the better bow. As I said, do not be afraid to use the bow and arrow. You've seen what it's capable of, especially in this difficulty setting. I still am amazed at how much of a difference it is between adventurer, I think it's the default, and warrior difficulty. It's not quite night and day, but it's pretty damn close. All right, out to the Dead Rooster. All right, we are here. Let's take a quick check around the outside. I don't think there's much for us to get outside of the building. So let's just grab this stuff real quick. Again, not quite doing a full double loot. Trying my best to keep this as new player friendly as possible. And we'll worry about sorting stuff out as we go through. I can tell you right now, I'm dropping the chrysanthemum seed. Don't need that. All right, let's get in here. So, nothing from the car. We'll grab these same little trash piles. Drop the corn seed for now. Drop the yucca seed for now. I hear a zombie off to my left. I'm not too worried about him. I know that there's a fence there. He's got a whole other fence to get to. We'll probably have to deal with him at some point, but I'm not going to worry about him right now. All right, let's get in here. Now, there's usually 2 or 3 zombies in this main area. I closed the door because I don't want the chickens to get away. Do not kill the chickens before you deal with the zombies. I think the zombies will wake up and try to eat your chickens, and you don't want that. All right, so remember, if you kill a zombie in a room and it is a clear the area quest, the red dots will show up to show you where the rest of the zombies are. So we're going to try to get as many sneak kills in this room as we can. The other one's going to be, he's either above us or he's in this bathroom. I don't think he's in that room. I don't think I've ever seen a zombie in that room. So I think he's going to be in here. Also, you just going to be bold and just hang out here, huh? That's why you got to go. We're going to go ahead and take that. Let's open this door. Where are you? Are you behind the door? That's petty if you are behind the door. Okay, so he must be upstairs. All right, so he's up above us. He's still technically in this room, and that's why his red dot is showing up. We're going to go ahead and make this raw meat bundle so that we can get the smell of the raw meat off of us. And we're going to take our medical supplies. All right, so let's pick up these chairs. Free wood. He's clearly upstairs. And the rest of the zombies are going to be downstairs, with the exception of outside that door and to the right, there is usually a dog. So we will deal with him accordingly. I'm going to show you guys a good way to kind of help you fight the zombies until you are comfortable with just straight up dealing with them. So that was an example of what I talked about in one of the early episodes, where if it only has a health of 50 on one of these lower cabinets, there's usually something behind it. So 2 hits and you can have what's in there. All right, so there's going to be a couple zombies upstairs. Let's go ahead and deal with them after I grab this, which is going to drop. Oh, nice. We got a tier 5 tatter cap. We're definitely going to wear that. And I think that's our first head item of clothing other that we found. That's pretty good. This early on, I'll take it every time. Yep. So, so you can see his hand kind of hanging out right there, which I completely missed. Oh, well, that's enough of that. You get 2 arrows, buddy. So I'm just going to run through, wake him up, grab the chairs. And I know that there should be another zombie on this side somewhere. We're just going to wake everybody up. Yep, there she is. Yep, she's out of there. And let's deal with him. And he's out of there. All right. So let's search the bag. An armor crafting kit. Those will come in handy. You, as a brand new person, would probably not know this, but there's a little sneaky package out here. Hey, and we can make a better club, so let's do that. Wooden club. Let's take our spikes off of this one, scrap it, and let's add the spikes to this one. Sweet. Now we've got a better club to work with. This part of the place is clear. Take that. All right. Now I'm going to show you. Actually, let's clear this little room first, because there's no zombies in here. Let's go ahead and get all of this stuff. Take all the plastic parts, all the free stuff. Free 99 is my favorite price. It should be yours too. And if it's not, something is seriously wrong with you. All right, so I'm going to show you how you can deal with zombies or a dog or whatever it may be, and not put yourself at too much risk until you get comfortable with fighting the zombies. All right, so we're going to come over to our building, and what we're looking for is this wood hatch. We're going to make one of these. What we're going to do is we're going to use this as a block for the door. All right, now whatever direction the arrow is facing, the 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 actual hatch is going to open up opposite that. So if I put this here and I open it up, now this is blocking this doorway. Zombies can't just walk over it. They're going to get stuck on here. They're going to try to fight their way through this. All right. Now, instead of wasting more ammo on another dog, I'm going to use this to block him so that I can just kill him. And this works for any type of zombie that you want to do it with. All right. So there he is. Get in the door, lift it up. Now he's stuck. All right. So we're just going to stand here and beat his little canine brains out. If I can time my swings, there we go. Doggy dead. Disaster avoided. Now, I know in probably the last episode I said something about cheesing the game. I don't consider that cheesing because in a real life scenario, you would do whatever you could to keep some distance between you and the attacking zombies. And I feel like if they weren't smart enough to just climb over it, why would you not do something like that? So we're going to go ahead and take all of this stuff out here because it's free and we're going to need it. Maybe not for the next 2 days, but eventually you're going to need it. So you might as well get in the habit of taking all of this type of stuff. Oh, crap. I forgot we had skill points. Let's finish this up because they're not going to affect us too much here. Actually, no, let's go ahead and use them. All right, so we're going to beef that up, take that up, and we've still got 2 more points. So we're going to put those here, and we're going to hold this last point so that when we have another point, we can take this up to level 7, which is going to require us 2 more points, and then we'll be able to take this to level 4, and we will be done with beefing our weapon for as much as we're going to need it for the day 7 Horde night. And if we're being completely honest, that level of your weapon will actually carry you well past the day 7. So, like I said, I like to be. Now, I happen to know that how this place works, so I know where most of these zombies are. So that's why I'm kind of easing down the stairs to kill them. There's another one somewhere. Oh, she's over here up under that thing. And then there's going to be one in that back room over there. We are going to murder all of these chickens. That's okay. They kind of deserve it. Can I pull off this shot? Let's crouch first. Yeah, let's see. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw that? And that's exactly why I call myself the Hood Robin Hood. Because who else? Who else is pulling off shots like that? Nobody. You can call me Himothy. It's quite all right. All right. So now let's get all of this stuff looted. And the reason I went ahead and used those points was so that with every point, especially like in our club, in that Pummel Peak, we increase our odds of finding those magazines. And we really want our club. We want to get away from having this wooden club. We would like to have a baseball bat at bare minimum by at least a level 1 baseball bat by the time we get to Horde night. So if we can increase our chances for that, that was not smart. If we can increase our chances for that, that's exactly what we want to do. I hear that zombie up there. I'm not too worried about him. I'm gonna break this out so that we can kill these other chickens, because we want to have as much of a meat. So, and even though I'm only playing through the first Horde night, I'm showing you guys all of this so that you can be properly prepared to take. Sorry, you can run around. You can't go anywhere. I want you guys to be able to take this starting strategy and expand on it. That's kind of the whole point. I want you to be able to take this and kind of turn it into your own thing eventually. So it sounds like they're kind of breaking in up there. We might have to deal with somebody here shortly. which is fine. They got quiet. Maybe they stopped trying to get in. All right. So let's see what's in our main loot. Hey, another club book. Bats and clubs, they degrade 20% slower. Ranger outfit. Now, this is better than the little primitive armor that we're wearing, so we're gonna wear that. Just to give ourselves a little more protection from the zombies, and if and when we do get hit, because we're gonna get hit. So we want whatever advantage we can have. All right, let's clear out some space. So I'm gonna eat the dog food and the salmon, and I'm also gonna drink this yucca juice. That's gonna free us up a little more space. All right, so got that done. Now we are officially done with this place. I'm not really pressed about that one chicken because, like I said, we're only playing through the first 7 days. So it's not going to matter all that much on if I get that extra 10 pieces of meat or not. And also, that's just another source of... Look where he's at. Since you're here. This would be another source of leather, but I'm not really pressed about that because we only have like a day and a half left. All right. So, since we are officially at this point, oh, it's because I ate. So this zombie may start running at us because of our smell. Yep, there it is. And there he went. This is the benefit of having, you know what? We've got some challenges that we didn't complete. Or claim, I should say. So let's claim those. We want all the XP. Now we can take our run back. I'll catch you guys back at the base. All right, as we make our slow, encumbered approach back to the base, something that I thought about that was another benefit of killing all those chickens was all of the feathers that we got. So now we have, where are they? 146 feathers. So that was something that I wasn't even thinking about as far as another benefit of grabbing all of those feathers. Is that the first cornmeal I've actually made it back here with? That is crazy. I don't typically use the cornmeal a lot, which is why it's one of the things I kind of drop off. So we're going to dump all of this inventory, and you see what I'm doing. I'm just going to the boxes, doing the drop it if it's already in there, and then whatever is left, I know I just need to sort in its proper place. So parts, I am using, so I keep those parts, more parts, and the money goes in our trader box. And now we are all set to go turn this one in. And we're going to complete that last mission to complete the tier 1 quest, which will basically unlock another quest that tells us where the next trader is in the next biome. That's something that we're not going to get into in this particular guide. But like I said, I'm going to come back. I want to do another series and basically use this exact same strategy, but do things the way that I would do them as a more experienced player. So that you can kind of see
face. Doing one
the
job
thought
doesn't make
processes
us pals.
that we go through
Got
there.
it.
I would really like to do Robert's Tax Check, but that is way too far away for us to be running.
I'm gonna
So we're
make
gonna do the
you better not
substation.
fuck this up, or I'll cut your goddamn throat.
All right, none of these magazines or anything that we really need. He does not have anything that we really want, so we're gonna keep it moving. Where is it? Let's go out the back door. All right, and I will meet you at our last mission. All right, good people, we have made it to the substation. There's really not a lot going on here, so I'm just going to grab that real quick. I'm going to grab that real quick for the plastic parts, and we are going to jump right into this one. And we're going to do that again. I could grab these for the plastic part and those for the pipes, but I don't feel like the return you get for the time that it takes is worth it. All right, so there's usually a zombie on the other side of this wall. Yep, there he is. Hey, goodbye, buddy. And let's see what we got in here. Little rotten flesh, nothing else. So we're going to keep on moving. Yep. Couldn't remember if you were. Hey, so eager. So eager. Get him out of there. There's usually another one. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That scared the hell out of me. I jumped. Y'all couldn't see it, and that's probably for the best. Can we get a sneak kill here? Nope. Well, we can bash his head in. Alright. This place is usually not that difficult. The zombies are just in really weird spots. We're gonna get... There's usually 2 burn zombies here, but I guess we're getting 1 this time. It didn't get me that time. Now, when you get to this part of it, you're gonna have to crouch to get past here. And a couple of things can happen. There could be a vulture back over here or a regular zombie. Spawn just kind of depends. And then there's definitely going to be a couple zombies in that door. So let's see what we get. We've got... Oh, you're hidden, huh, buddy? You're hiding behind this pallet. Is that where you're at? Yeah, there you go. Let's knock this out the way. We're going to sneak kill him because... what I thought we were. Hello? Goodbye. See what happens? Didn't even hear him. Terrible. It caught me slipping. I wasn't scared. You were scared. Shut up. All right. I don't think there's usually anything down there. We can take a quick little peek. Oh, there's a full pile down there. All right, we'll go down there. Let's deal with these zombies in here first. There's 2, I think there's 3, maybe? There they are. Good day. Good day. Go to sleep, my boy. Where you running at? Light work. All right. Armor crafting. Hey, we'll take it. Primitive armor quality 3. Let's run down here and grab this food stash real quick. All right, little home cooking. We'll take the little extra food. And let's see what we've got. Level 3 knife. We will take that. Let's scrap our old one. Repair this one. What? I don't have any bones? Oh, I will when that finishes scrapping. Come on. There we go. All right. And we'll take the rest of that stuff. Always want the ammo. That was a weird get from the medical pile. But whatever. Hey, better tools. Definitely going to take advantage of that. What's this? The athletic outfit. Now, all right, so we're wearing a tier 5. This one's a tier 2. Doesn't do us any good. Doesn't sell for a lot. We're going to scrap it because we'll take the cloth. Now, I can compare this to the armor that we're wearing. So this athletic outfit is light armor. Gives us a plus max health of 2 points. So really not great. The only advantage that it has is that it's quieter than what we're currently wearing. So just kind of so you can see, the Ranger outfit also gives us the exact same health bonus, but it has a better armor rating, even though it's a little quote unquote louder. So we're gonna, whoa, don't scrap that. Wrong button. We're gonna wear that. We're gonna hold this and sell it since it is going to give us 134 dukes. All right, we are done with the mission. Let's head back. Which way is back? Let's go see good old Wrecked for the last time today. And then we can discuss our plan for how we're going to spend the next few hours. All right, Wrecked.
Well, look here, boys.
We're definitely
We
going to
got
take a
ourselves a
crafting
real life
bundle.
hero. And now,
And
he
because
wants
we
to
have
be
completed 10 tier 1, we are done with the tier 1 missions. So we get a reward. And this will be the same every single time that you complete a tier of missions. You will get a reward for completing that. Honestly, there's no reason to take anything other than the bicycle. Even as an experienced player, that there's no reason to take anything other than the bicycle. We're going to take
If
this
you want a
just so
job
that
from
I can
me,
explain to
you'll do
you
what you're told, lad.
that
Don't
this
just
basically
stand
just
there with
shows
your
us
thumb
where
up your
Trader
ass.
Jen is
Get the
in the
job
next
done.
biome, and the next biome is the burnt biome. So if we open up the map and we zoom out, I'm zooming out using left trigger. Was she south? Which way was she? We're facing north, so she's going to be north. All right, so up there is Trader Jen. So if we were to travel all the way up there, we would go see Trader Jen, and she would be able to give us missions in the burnt forest. But that's not the purpose of this playthrough. So we're going to read our magazines. Primitive Armor Quality 4. All right, all right. We're going to bring our bicycle down. All right, Stone Tools Quality 6. So we are right there on the verge of Iron Tools. So now that we've got our bicycle, we just need to put it in our hands, basically. Set it down, and now we don't have to run anymore. Now, the bicycle still does use... Put my dukes on there. The bicycle, if you're riding it... Oh, no! You want to talk about some bad luck. Oh, my God. A wandering horde of dogs is crazy. There's no... What the... Who did we piss off to make that happen? What the... You saw my reaction was to immediately turn and run, right? So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to detour the plan just a little because I'm not dealing with that. So, we are going to come on the backside of the building and we're just going to start collecting some wood. And I want to stay kind of close to Trader Rick just in case they decide to make their way around the building. I can kind of sprint off in there and close the door. Trader Rick is invincible to all attacks. Ours, the zombies, it doesn't matter. They can't break into his compound. Now you would think, oh well, why don't I just live at Trader Rick compound? Trader Rick, all the traders actually are kind of selfish pricks. So at 2200 at nighttime, actually 10 minutes before nighttime, 2150, they kick you out. So you couldn't stay in there even if you wanted to. Are they still over there? Yes, they are. They're just kind of hanging out. And we're going to let them. We're going to let them hang out as long as they want to. Eventually, they will despawn. Or we will just leave our bike where it's at for now and go home without it. It's not like we need it to run around and knock out some trees. That's crazy that I actually got that on camera. That my boy Cold Strike is going to love to see that. He is going to love seeing me panic and run from a wandering horde of dogs. But those are the types of things that the game can do and will do to you. I think if I was a higher level, speaking of levels, I gained a level. So we're going to take that to 7. And I'm going to stop playing around with this because I can make tier 6 stuff now, which is going to do more damage. And I believe we can make a better club also. Yep, tier 5. Let's do it. Modify that. Get rid of that. And we'll wait for the club to finish up. And we're going to keep collecting wood. So our club's done. Let's put that back on it. And back to collecting wood. And the reason why we're collecting wood is so that we can go ahead and get our base, both the horde and the crafting base, upgraded to wood. We can get that done overnight tonight. The reason why I didn't look for any more missions for Trader Rec, one, he didn't really have anything that we wanted to do. And two, tomorrow we'll be able to take tier 2 quests from him. So if we're able to get the base fully upgraded tonight, then we can do a tier 2 quest tomorrow. Maybe have 2 times to do 2, depending on what type of quest he has available. And then we can spend the rest of the time doing more upgrades to the base. I'm going to continue doing quests simply because I want to try to get to, like I said, at least a tier 1 baseball bat, which is the next step up from the club. So we're already at tier 5 on the wooden club, so we're not too far away. If you want to know exactly where you are, open up your radio menu by holding your X button or square for PlayStation. Come over to your skills. So you're going to use your left analog to come down and to the right to skills. And then you're going to come over here to this little crafting skills. And then you can check where you are for your items. So I want to see where I'm at with the clubs. I need 2 more to get to tier 6 on wooden clubs. And I need 3 more to get to tier 1 for the baseball bat. Now the baseball bat is going to require forged iron to craft it. So that's something that we'll have to keep in mind. Alright, those dogs should have despawned by now, but I'm still going to keep collecting wood. Because I think we're at a point at the base where we can start upgrading from inside the building and not outside. And even if we have to do it from outside, it'll just be a couple of blocks. It won't be a whole lot that we'll have to do from the outside. We'll be able to do most of it from the inside overnight. All right, let's go check on our little friends. All right, they've despawned. They've moved on. They've realized that they weren't getting in here. They asserted their dominance and then they left. So we're gonna ride our little bike. And we're gonna stop, collect some trees. And I think tomorrow, day 6, we'll plant our tree farm. Not that I'm gonna use it, but I want you to see what that looks like for me. It's just a quick way to have easy access to a bunch of wood as you continue to do things. Because wood's one of those things that you're probably going to use the majority of your gameplay until you get into like cement and forged steel and all of that. But there are a lot of items that are going to require wood to be crafted. So, I'm going to park our bike. Now, I like to leave repair kits and my dukes on my bike. There is an item that you can make called a vehicle storage mod that allows you to increase your storage space. So every vehicle storage mod adds another row of storage space, and you can put 2 of them on your bike. Let's dump all of this stuff. Dump all of our food. All of our crafting stuff. This is going to get sold. Parts. Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. Ammo crafting. Actual ammo. First set of those. And our mods. Alright, so now we're clear. What's this? 53. Oh, wow. That's a really good number. Alright, we're going to eat that. And I think I made some more red tea. I'm going to drink that. Take a little quick wash off. And we're going to try to get a couple more trees before nighttime hits. Now, I like to have the area around the base cleared out. Just for visibility purposes, if nothing else. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do very quickly. Any trees that are right by us that might inhibit our field of view. This will be the last one. Give us quite a bit of wood. And we are good to go. No zombies around, so we're okay there. Let's grab our hammer out of our tools box. And I think we had a little bit left around one of these sides. Which one was it? This one. All right, and let's hit the sides on here. And then everything else on our Horde base can be done from inside once we get these outer edges done. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, so I'm going to time lapse or skip, whatever you want to call it, through all the upgrades, and I will catch y'all when I'm done. All right, y'all. That's pretty much all the upgrading I'm gonna do tonight. We got quite a bit done, as you can see. We've got the entire Horde base, floors and walls done. I'm not worried about the ceiling just yet. Don't really have to worry about it at all for the first Horde night. So not even gonna waste my time upgrading that for the sake of this series. And the only reason why I'm just filling this in is to just kind of give you an idea of how I make use of time overnight. This game is ultimately all about time and resource management, all right, as well as surviving. So we are in great shape. If I really wanted to, I could put some focus on getting some more mechanical parts so that we can actually craft our workbench. But it's not a big focus. Like I said, there's really not much of anything that we need in the first few days that we can make on the workbench. So no real worries there. But we're going to shut it down here. I will pick up on day 6 at 4 a.m. with you guys. I know I said it once earlier. I want to say it again. Please, for me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave your boy a comment, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Good day, good people.